Hi there, I'm Edwin Palmer.
Welcome to my series on LGBTQ+ related topics.
Pansexual is a word that LGBTQ+ people throw around a lot lately during discussions of gender identity, but we don't always use it in a correct way. But it is a word we need to know how to use properly because it's becoming one of the most common ways which people define their sexuality in the 21st century.
Miley Cyrus identifies as pansexual. Angel Hayes identifies as pansexual. Even Deadpool, the superhero star of one of the biggest movies of 2016, identifies as pansexual.
So, what does pansexuality mean and how is it different than bisexuality? Let's find out.
Pansexual means that a person is attracted to people of any gender or sex. They can find people of all gender identities attractive.
So pansexuality is the sexual, romantic, or emotional attraction toward people regardless of their sex or gender identity.
Pansexual people may refer to themselves as gender blind, asserting that gender and sex are not determining factors in their romantic or sexual attraction to others.
Pansexuality may be considered a sexual orientation in its own right, or a branch of bisexuality to indicate an alternative sexual identity.
Pansexual people are open to relationships with people who don't identify as strictly men or women.
And pansexuality therefore rejects the gender binary. This is how Miley Cyrus described her pansexuality to Paper magazine.
I am literally open to every single thing that's consenting and doesn't involve an animal and everyone is of age. Everything that's legal, I'm down with. I'm down with any adult. Anyone over the age of 18 who's down to love me. I don't relate to being boy or girl, and I don't have to have my partner relate to boy or girl. This is in accordance with Volume 2 of Cavendish's Sex and Society, as it states that although the term's literal meaning can be interpreted as attracted to everything, people who identify as pansexual don't usually include paraphilias such as bestiality, pedophilia, and necrophilia in their definition, and that they stress that the term pansexuality describes only consensual adult sexual behaviors.
Pansexuality is distinctly different than bisexuality.
Bisexuality is sexual or romantic attraction to two sexes, males and females, or to two genders, men and women.
Pansexuality, however, is the sexual attraction to a person of any sex or gender. Using these definitions, pansexuality is defined differently by explicitly including people who are intersex or outside the gender binary. So the difference between pansexual and bisexual is this.
Pansexuals are attracted to all gender identities or are attracted regardless of gender identities, and bisexuals are attracted to more than one gender identity, but not all.
That's why we shouldn't use the terms interchangeably. They are definitely unique and mean a lot to the people who identify under those labels. This information came from these websites. You'll find these links below this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and watch this series from the start. Next Friday, I'll be back with a new book review. Till then, I only want to say 3 things. Thank you for watching, have a great day, and bye for now.